Hey guys, I just landed my music on the Halo Winter Update trailer. Let me show you how I wrote it. Okay, so here we are. This is my track. I called it Called, but it was changed to Brick. And it just landed on the Halo Infinite Winter Update trailer, which, as a massive Halo fan when I was younger, is awesome. We are going to have a listen to the track and then talk about how I wrote it. So here we go. Okay, so there we go. Awesome. So this track was written a while ago. The aim with this track was to land on TV spots, actually. The idea being that we do a short musical statement with a stop. Short musical statement, stop. And each stop has something unique to it. And this is actually a really good technique for any trailer writing. But that was the premise of this, and it was to have unique sounds and to go big at the end. And it doesn't have to be a particularly long track, and this was sort of 1.5 minutes, I think. So where did this start? It started with my own sample libraries, the church piano, and this WD high smashed close. So that is actually my instrument, Weird Drums, which I've never released actually. It was just me and my brother-in-law basically just beating pots and pans and bins and things that we found in the garden and miking them up and then stuff like that. It kind of actually, in the end, didn't sound like the huge epic trailer percussion I wanted, and it sounded more like I'd recorded my own version of an 808, which is, I'm not complaining, but hey, it is what it is. So it started with this church piano. I recorded this in a church on a piano. This was just, I'd hit the key with my finger on the strings. That was the premise here. So the thing I liked about this was I wanted it to be like 4 bars and then tack on an extra bar at the end with a gap, or 4 bars, tack on an extra bar. So it's almost like you've got a 5-bar statement or 5.5-bar statement rather than a 4-bar or 8-bar. And then in that extra tacked on bar is where I added other sounds, which were, again, that was a huge black rubbish bin. That was me punching a cereal box. And these. So these are my sort of booms and rumbles pack. These were actually taken from the garden drums, the Weird Drums. I just shoved them through massive reverb and low cut them or whatever, or high cut them just to give them this kind of lovely spacious sound. And that's what a lot of these tracks down here are adding, the kind of the cinematic, the extra layer of because that's really, really important. It's this layer of distant things, this layer of like scale and weight, which is so important in trailers. So I did that, but I layered them on top. So each time I kind of repeated my... Sorry, I'm getting a bit excited by this. Each time I repeated my section, so say I repeated this bit here, the next time I repeat it, I would add something new, which... this kind of like hardcore kick, me smacking the cereal box. And then this is cello percussion. This is me just sort of hitting my cello. And adding new things in, where I added this ukulele percussion and cello percussion. Again, my own libraries. And then the tax-on bar. And then I started to bring in the big trailer drums, which was the damage, basically. I think that was all of it. To kind of give this idea of something big. Which this was used extensively in the Halo trailer, this kind of like huge driving action percussion. And then on top of that we have all of my weird sounding drums. And that was the idea. The premise was this 4-bar statement, extra bar tacked on with something unique to it. And here you can hear it. I think it's here. Yeah, I love that. Brilliant. So just adding in these little fills that could be used as an edit point for the episode. And then obviously when we get to this stage, which is essentially the Act 3, or, you know, the end of Act 2, this kind of like big driving thing. Ooh, is my bass not loading? There is bass there. Oh yeah, I'm having some issues with Trillian at the moment. Damn it. But you get the picture. And then here, so after I did this sort of 8 bars of driving percussion, another stop with something interesting in it. And it's basically just like one massive build. Dun 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 just to get the tension up, just to make it feel like it's growing and feel like it's massive. And then ending it with a huge explosion. It's a really simple track, and it's all rhythmical, basically. You know, this is real kind of like rhythm and sound design come together, which I really enjoyed working on this album for that fact that when you're just working with in terms of rhythms or design sounds, you write differently and you think a lot more in terms of obvious blocks, and that's what I did here. Block of 4 with a little block tacked on, block of 4 with a little block tacked on, or you have the block of 4 and you chop the 4th block off, like here. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, that's right. And then you have in the 4th bar, you have something unique and interesting. So it's just thinking in terms of, okay, well, how can I make this block sound cool and that block sound cool and different? And then just adding and adding and adding and adding. You may notice I've absolutely slammed this to the wall. I didn't mix or master this. We sent it to Toby Mason, the wonderful, talented Toby Mason, to mix and master this for me. For me, this is the dream, because it's just like, I just get to write and I don't have to worry about anything else except for composing the track. And it works because, you know, Toby cleans everything up I do. I mean, sometimes I send up clean tracks to him. I don't always just send him a complete sort of brick wall mash. A lot of the time I do, but sometimes I clean it up. But it just really, it's all about, for me, writing and structure and understanding how you can build a track that's going to be placed. This was written about 5 years ago now. Just landed on a big Halo trailer. So another good example of using your back catalogue, or having your back catalogue used and utilised, is a wonderful thing. So if you were taking anything away from how I've written this, it's to think in terms of stops and starts and blocks. And then on top of those blocks, kind of like building a Lego wall, how can I layer the sounds to make each iteration of the new block sound different or like it has grown or developed? Don't forget to have close sounds, and don't forget to send away sort of big cinematic reverb-soaked sounds that are going to give it a sense of space. Give us some big trailer hits. These are my own ones. The Schreiber Swish hits. That I made myself, using those as sort of the big trailer impacts. You can get free ones, which are amazing, by the way. So just go on the hunt for some big trailer hits if you don't have your own, and just have fun with it. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, sort of punching cereal boxes, beating up dustbins, and recording in a church on an amazing grand piano. So it was a lot of fun doing this whole thing, and it's been actually really nice that 5 years later I see it on a Halo trailer, which as a big Halo fanboy was awesome.
Our flag! Take it back!